One of the things about the seduction arts is it is really primarily a battle against yourself, if you will. You have to really take a hard look at what your flaws are, what your strengths are. Right? You need to be able to better your strengths as well as to rectify any kind of deficiencies. This is more than just about women. This is more than just about traveling and having fun or even making money. The fact is, my first client was this Chinese Canadian kid who had been harassed by neo-Nazis his entire high school career. And it was his mother who called me up. He called me up. I was like, hey, I'll fly you to Canada if you can help my boy and just hang out and socialize him. And I was like, oh, sure. Oh, and by the way, I'll pay you. I'm like, really? Oh, that's awesome. All right, sure. And so for me, I mean, there is that aspect where this is just beyond the women, the money, and the travel. And this is like literally helping out my Asian brothers. Well, Entertainment Monkey, that's a kind of a pickup phenomenon where these guys, they learn these stories or these routines or these gamuts or basically things to do to elicit some sort of reaction from a woman. Like, you don't think about it, but there are certain things you can do that 9 times out of 10, you can be assured that you will make her laugh. Right? 9 times out of 10. And so these guys, they learn all these things and they're gonna like press that button, hee hee, press that button, hee hee, press that button, hee hee. And what happens is like all he's doing is like pressing these buttons in order to make her laugh. And he is like, the monkey is like, it's like, let me dance for you so you can like me. All right? So that's that phenomenon. In that case, he's drawing all this attention, but he is just coming off as someone that's maybe fun to be around, but not necessarily like sexual or masculine. He's just a funny, fun guy. All right. And an emotional tampon, I think everybody knows what this is. Emotional tampon, the nice guy, the one that listens to you after you break up with your boyfriend and you tell him like all the bad things your boyfriend did and why you hate him and oh, you're such a good friend to listen to me. And that's the emotional tampon. I did this free seminar. So about like 40 Asian guys show up, 5 white guys show up. Right. And so I'm like talking, and then I'm like trying to find what's the common theme here. I'm like, okay, wait a minute, guys. Who here still lives with mom and dad? All right. And so you know how many of the white guys raised their hand? 0. Now take a guess. How many of the 40 Asian guys raised their hand when I asked them, do you still live with mommy?
25?
100%.
Wow.
100, all 40 guys. And this is not uncommon. Not uncommon. Okay? So this is, I realize in Asian culture, not only is it considered acceptable, it's actually encouraged, all right, to stay home, take care of the parents, to save money, all right, and to have a tight family bond. But in reality, when you're trying to date mainstream, that is what they call DLV, demonstration of lower value. Even though it's not intentional, even though it's not actually low value, but it is something like a girl's looking like, it's like this guy lacks ambition or something. There must be something wrong with him if he still lives home with mom and dad.
Right.
And so that's something that we do to ourselves. Other things is like the social isolation effect of like we only hang out with just our own grouping, or we don't try to enhance our own emotional intelligence. Like as much respect as I give my my mom and the parents and everything like that, and encouraging us to have a good education, the reality is emotional intelligence is a higher predicator of financial long-term success than your IQ or your college degree. It's not what you know, it's who you know.